broadcasting across the U.S. and around the world. Good morning, radio friends. I'm Vern Sherd, and welcome to another edition of the Retro Oldies Brunch, the show that takes a nostalgic look back at music history. This month, I'll be taking you on a trip back to the 80s as we visit the year that was 1985. Our showcase will feature music and anecdotes about the songs and artists and include news and entertainment briefs. We'll also have our 3-of-a-kind music trivia segment, a forgotten 1985 hit from our radio vault, and a long-distance dedication from one of our listeners. Our showcase features massive star power with 7 acts in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, including one act who was inducted twice. In this month's showcase, a singer's tribute to a soul music legend, and a band fulfills the wishes of a dying fan. We'll begin our showcase with a song that resulted in another song with the same title to be renamed to avoid confusion. Why? Because the song was sung by the same artist. In 1990, George Michael had a huge hit with the song Freedom 90. The 90 was added to the title to distinguish the song from this 1985 hit he had during his time with Wham. Here is Wham and Freedom. Now we're up to the heartwarming story of a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band who honored a dying fan's wish. Kenny Sokoloc, a 16-year-old devoted fan in Ohio, was dying from cystic fibrosis, and through the efforts of a letter his mother wrote to the band, the Make-A-Wish Foundation arranged for his favorite band to visit him in the hospital. The band provided Kenny with a Walkman containing a demo track of a new song, a signed football helmet, and an autographed platinum album. Outside of the band members, the teen was the first person to hear the demo of the song. Kenny passed away the next day while still clutching the Walkman, and his bravery throughout his ordeal impacted the band, putting things into perspective and easing tension between band members. Shadows of a Golden Age. A generation waits for dawn. Brave, carry on. Bold, and the strong. Peaking at number 9 from the soundtrack of the movie Vision Quest, this is Journey with Only the Young. Welcome back to the Retro Oldies Brunch. I'm Vern Sherd, and now it's time to take a look back at the year that was 1985. Live Aid concerts in London and Philadelphia raised $50 million for famine relief in Ethiopia. Mikhail Gorbachev becomes the new leader of the Soviet Union. The Coca-Cola Company introduces new Coke in what many believed was the worst marketing blunder in history. And Sting, the former frontman for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band The Police, makes his debut as a solo act with the multi-platinum album The Dream of the Blue Turtles. Peaking at number 3, here's the first single from that album, If You Love Someone, Set Them Free. Now we're up to the tribute to Motown legend Marvin Gaye, who was tragically killed in the spring of 1984. The song came out of a reflective conversation this female music icon had with Lionel Richie. Ironically, Richie's former group, the Commodores, also came out with a 1985 song that paid tribute to both Marvin Gaye and soul singer Jackie Wilson, who also passed in 1984. That song was called Night Shift. This music icon first gained notoriety for leading her group Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, the Supremes, before continuing her superstar status during her solo career. Peaking at number 10 in 1985, this is Missing You by Diana Ross. And now it's time for our long distance dedication. We got a submission from Greg from Michigan. My name is Greg, and I live in Lansing, Michigan, and here is my story. When I was a teenager in the late 1970s, I earned money doing lawn care for my neighborhood and helped out at a local garage doing oil changes and light vehicle maintenance to save money for my own ride. Borrowing my dad's station wagon wasn't going to cut it for me. A buddy's brother was selling his Chevy conversion van, and I had my sights set on it. The time came for me to finally buy it, and I was so excited to have my own ride that I worked so hard to get. That summer, a group of us went out every week to do some camping and hiking. On one trip, my buddy's cousin joined us. Her name was Lauren. The sparks flew and we found ourselves hanging out more and more and became a couple before our senior year of high school. We went to different schools but made it work because Lauren was my first real love. We went to 2 senior proms, one for her high school and one for mine. Each time we ended up spending the night in my van. When it came time to decide on college, Lauren chose to go to college in Florida and live with her grandmother to help her out as her grandfather had recently passed. I stayed in Michigan and we tried to make it work, but the distance was too much and we eventually drifted apart. I eventually got married, had a family, and unfortunately got divorced. Through social media, Lauren reached out to me several months ago and we reconnected. She's a widower and back in Michigan, but living on the UP, which we refer to as the Upper Peninsula. Lauren and I are in our 60s and we reflect on memories of life, heartbreaks, and our high school relationship. Vern, as a long-distance dedication to Lauren, I would like you to play the song Chevy Van. We had so many special memories while I had that van, and I'm hoping that the song does those memories justice. Thanks for your time, and I wanted to tell you that I really enjoy your long-distance dedication features. Greg. Well, Greg, thanks for sharing your story with me and the listeners. I'm glad that you and Lauren were able to reconnect. Greg, here is your long-distance dedication. Welcome back to the Retro Oldies Brunch. I'm Vern Sherd, and now it's time to take another look back at the year that was 1985. Back to the Future and Rambo First Blood Part 2 bring in moviegoers. The Cosby Show and Family Ties are the top TV shows. Singer Ricky Nelson dies at age 45, and actor Yul Brynner dies at age 65. And number 1 this week in 1985 is a song that was written in the midst of the Cold War anxieties as a way to speak up and refuse silence of the world's social conditions. This is Tears for Fears and Shout. That was Tina Turner, and that concludes this month's Retro Oldies Brunch, the year that was 1985. If you haven't already done so, be sure to connect with DJ Greyhound Radio on LinkedIn for our monthly schedule and subscribe to our YouTube channel for showcase clips. Be sure to join us next month in September as we say goodbye to the summer with a special music feature, The Sounds of Yacht Rock, as we showcase yacht rock favorites. Until next time, radio friends, this is Vern Sherd saying, don't be afraid to aim high with your goals. Even if you come up short, you'll still end up at a better place. You're listening to DJ Greyhound Radio. Playing the hits of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.